It's Forms of Faith, and I'm back with another dream.
And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith God, I will pour out of my Spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
In the dream, it starts off as like me having a sense of knowing like something was wrong. It was like this gut wrenching and inkling sense that I got. And automatically I knew like I was in the dream, but I was also watching. And I heard a voice, and I knew that it's like the voice came from heaven, but it was still within me. And it uttered that the world was coming to an end. And as soon as that happened, it's like I had this notion to like run to the window that was in front of me. And the window that was in front of me was like a long rectangular window. And I began to look outside. And it's simultaneously like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like multiple balls of fire was thrown onto the earth. And as they began to like, you seen like the direction they came from, like over type of like rainbow, kind of like from one end to the other, because it was thrown from that one end, then went over and was getting ready to drop. And then as I looked at that pass, it's like that passed away. It's like that showed me that that was going to happen. And then I seen the water rising, but it was like I was trying to tell everybody that the world was getting ready to end. Like it was getting ready to happen like any second. And right when that voice told me that the world was going to end in a vastness, I knew that I felt like the presence of my children. I felt like the presence of my sister and everything like that, even though I didn't see them. But when that voice told me that the world was going to end and that this was it, in an instant, it felt more empty. And that emptiness came from everybody being raptured up in a quickness. Just as the words say, in a blink of an eye. Literally, as the eyelashes bapped, the people were gone. Literally. And it was like as if like a aurora light that came and everybody was gone, but it was swift in one motion. And everybody was gone. And that felt even more empty. And with me watching all of these things simultaneously, it was the balls of fire first. Then the water began to rise. It wasn't no tsunami. It wasn't like a huge wave. No. It's as if like the water just began to just elevate, continue to elevate, rise. It did not stop. You can go to the tallest building and it just did not stop. It began to get like as if like the ground could have been moving up as well. Like something was coming out of it. And it was like in an instant, a big chunk of the population was gone. And I want to say it kind of felt like it could have been on like a cruise ship or went inside like this. I ran to like this corridor and like tried to hide while it like passed over. But it was like I was able to see like everything that was going on. And I know once that one portion had passed, it's like the water part had passed. I don't know if like we was able to get on top of it. However, I came back to like solid ground, and I knew that like a being was like on the earth, like a giant or some type of demonic figure was on the earth, and that was like gonna be like the next thing to plague and to destruct, and it was nowhere to hide. I felt like there was nowhere that you can hide because this thing was so massive. There was nowhere you could hide, and people were thinking like, oh, it had, just passed, and they were okay to come out. People was coming out from like their little places that they hid, like some hid in stores, some hid in that, and I don't know. It was just, oh man, I am just taken back by it because I heard that voice say, the voice said, and now the world end, or it has now come to an end. I'm just praying that it's not me left behind of what I feel. And it was just me watching. That's all, because I was by myself. I was alone. It was people around me and stuff like that that were like, we kind of cleaned on to each other, but there was no one else that I knew. It was nobody that I knew. It was like, when you're afraid, you bond with people, however, whatever. And I just, oh man. So that wraps that up.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. Let, I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort, according to thy word unto thy servant. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein. The time is at hand.